Welcome back as we continue looking at Kelly Gallagher's Reading Reasons. Reason number 5, reading makes you smarter. He starts with an example of advanced writing as the product of a girl brought up as a voracious reader, and goes on to point out evidence that reading may play a role in warding off dementia and Alzheimer's in older people. But both these points leave open the matter of which came first, reading or being smart.
This is commonly referred to as the chicken or the egg debate.
Yes, the chicken or the egg question. Is it true that reading makes these people smart? Or is it simply true that smart people read a lot? And also, what exactly does it mean to be smart in the first place? We can think of being smart as having at least 3 different interpretations.
Those would be crystallized, fluid, and emotional intelligence.
Yes, crystallized intelligence refers to that body of cognitive learning you have accumulated in one way or another, whether we're talking about baking bread, identifying the capital cities of Europe, or how to transfer your contacts from one phone to another when you upgrade to a newer model.
He needed my sister's help with the last one.
Yes. Well, fluid intelligence, the second, is a measure of what you might call common sense, the ability to solve problems based on patterns, past experience, and understand relationships without necessarily holding a lot of formal book learning.
That's probably why it's called common sense, don't you think?
Yes. But today, fluid intelligence and reading generally go hand in hand, as noted by Dan Hurley. Students, much as the result of increased critical reading and writing work, perform about 20 points higher on IQ tests than were typical a century ago. Reading has apparently made people smarter as it's become more common throughout the populace.
I'm not sure it's made common sense any more common, though.
Well, yes, but we can guess that reading, helping us to imagine ourselves in situations we could never experience on our own, might well help us understand the possible ramifications of different courses of action. Reading nonfiction works can be a much more efficient way of gathering facts and information than if we had to go out in the world and discover all of it for ourselves.
Not necessarily better, but more efficient, that's true.
Thank you. Now, the third type of intelligence is called emotional intelligence and refers to how we deal with the way we and the people around us are feeling. In a study done by the New School for Social Research in New York, David Comer Kidd and Emmanuel Castano showed that reading literary fiction improved performance on tests of people's ability to understand and relate to the feelings of others.
I think the word you're looking for is empathize.
To empathize, yes. Again, putting ourselves in a position to imagine the lives of many people in situations very different from our own, this isn't a surprising result. One of the most obvious ways that reading builds intelligence comes in the area of vocabulary. We know that having a more advanced vocabulary allows us to describe, define, and understand any subject more precisely. And we know that we acquire vocabulary more easily and quickly when we experience it in context. But we might be surprised to discover just how much more sophisticated written language is when compared to our spoken tongue. You might not be surprised that even books for beginning readers tend to feature more rare and unusual words that are typically encountered in primetime television, but this is equally true for the language spoken in conversation by college graduates in all but a courtroom setting.
So I don't have to read this? I'm good with Harry Potter?
Absolutely. The key is simply to read a lot, and you're more likely to do that if you spend time with books that you love and enjoy. Gallagher also points out a study by Terence Paul that found simply looking at the number of books in a home is a better predictor of future academic success than race, socioeconomic background, or the educational level of a child's parents. It's hard to think of a better reason to read than Kelly Gallagher's reason number 5, reading makes you smarter.
You might be able to if you were a bit smarter.
Still, 4 reasons to go. Till next time, keep reading, and don't forget to be awesome.